Everybody that survived the 2021 19th of May crypto manipulated FUD dump, well done. You are a hero. You are now an experienced crypto hodler. Yesterday was a learning lesson for everyone, even for people that have been in the market for a while, or also always have money in reserve. Also, so all the apps effectively just like had a meltdown. So I would always say always have some stupid bid, because if you're not able to log in and do an active trade, at least you're on the order books and it will fulfill your order books when you're not there or not able to log in. And when I say not so scary, it's terrifying. Even though I'd lost at one point, all you can do is laugh. Just burst out laughing. I was like, I've lost so much money. The point of saying is that I haven't lost any money because I haven't sold anything. So always have savings, only invest what you, again, I say I can afford to lose. I don't want to lose £30,000. I don't only play with the money which you don't need, which is doing nothing for you, so Bitcoin could potentially be a lot of people already say it is the digital gold, the store of value for the future. However, yesterday it wasn't technically a store of value whenever you drop 54%. So I rode it through with Bitcoin, Ethereum, and my Swissborg, and I just bought more. Just a report from, just a memory, a historical memory I'm leaving here about the 19th of May 2021, yesterday, the biggest dump in crypto history, in terms of volume and proportion as well. I think in some places it reported a 52% drop within a week, but the main part was just all yesterday when it went unbelievably fast downhill, and you were literally holding on to a roller coaster, plummeting down into the ground in terms of your portfolio. At one point yesterday, I was like, I waking up 4 in the morning, check my account, saw that it dropped a couple of spaces, so I was like, okay, I'm prepared for the market to go down a little bit. I'm doing some ladder buying in, so as it drops 1,000, like Bitcoin, if that drops £1,000 or $1,000, I'll buy some at each point. And when I say buy some, I mean like £15 worth. And it went down from about £40,000 down to 38. I was like, £15 there, that's good, that's probably going to go well. Then 35, I was like, another £15, not a problem. And then I was like, I'll go off to bed. Woke up that morning, £30,000 is all it is. That I was like, whoa, that's dropped a lot. Okay, buy another £15 there. In fact, let's throw in another £15, and then it just went, and at one point I think it hit 25,000, down from I can't remember where it was, but it just off a cliff, literally off a cliff, and you're just watching your portfolio losing thousands and thousands of pounds. At one point I was in the middle of Tesco's and I just burst out laughing, just quickly going, I've lost so much money. Everyone in my office that is into crypto was just like, what is happening? And I was like, be cool, this is fine, this is just a correction. That wasn't a correction, that was a clear manipulation day. It'd been manipulated in ways where it was either FUD from news organizations from around the world, and it seems to be the main idea is coordinated FUD put out by the media to try and drop the price. And when it dropped to a certain point, there was clearly a lot of traders had stop losses at, and once it got there, it just pile drived further down. So I think everyone was talking in the dollar marks to say, if it ever gets down to $38,000, put your stop losses in and just sell then, and all that kind of stuff. And a lot of people had that as their limit, and it just went bang down to about $30,000. So like in the space of an hour, it dropped $8,000 per Bitcoin, and everyone was just like, and I was like, be cool, don't sell anything. Buy, £15, and then I was like, I'm running out of cash. I'm going to sell the only thing which hadn't dumped, because try and trade anything, everything was dumping. It was the whole crypto market was just dumping. So and it wasn't in the stock market, it wasn't in the financial in the currency markets. It was pure cryptocurrency that was just getting pumped into the ground. And I was like, I'm getting very close to running out of cash. I'll try and trade the only ones which haven't gone down too far, or I'm still in profit in. So I have like 2 Ethereum Classic, which a week or so ago was up at £120, and I sold a couple, put that in, or a couple of bits of that, and put that into Bitcoin, but that had gone down to £28. I was like, I don't care, sell, because I'd bought that at £5. So it's still, for me, that was still a 5x return, not a 50x return, annoyingly. So a five times return selling there, and I was like, oh cool, now I've got what to, so I had an extra £100. I was like, cool, that's in the account, I can buy more Bitcoin as it dropped. And I had some Matic as well, some Polygon Matic, which I was like, it'd gone from, what would that have been at? That had been about around about £1.90, and I sold it at 98 pence. Fortunately, I bought that stuff when it was at 24 pence. So still, again, a 4x return. But literally 25 minutes later, bang, back up. It'd gone from 98 pence up to £1.30 there. So I was like, oh, if only I kept that. That's annoying. So I sold 100 of them. Was it 100 of them at £1? So that was not £100 in the account. So I've got £200 to buy £15 of. And I literally sold them, even though I was trying to be cool in front of everyone else, and like, stay cool, it's manipulation, it's going to bounce back, don't worry about it, don't sell, keep buying in. I was like, I can't buy any more, I need to sell something so I can buy more. I literally sold the good assets at their worst price. Granted, for me, it's not too much of an issue because I have effectively made money on them, but in comparison to what they will be and what they could have been, and even buying them now, I will lose out. So I'm like, oh, that's a bit rubbish. But yeah, just when you know it's being that manipulated and it's that targeted an attack on the crypto world, you know it's fake, you know it's all artificial. Just don't sell anything at all. Wait until it's leveled off and relaxed in some sort. Or also always have money in reserve. So for me, I've always had on the Swissborg app, I've always kept about £1,000 in the USDc, the United States dollar coin, and that one on Swissborg gives great interest or yield. I've read about 18-19%. At some points it's higher and lower and all that kind of stuff, but I've always had it in there thinking, hey, I'll just keep £1,000 in there because it'll earn me interest. Well, I was using all of that yesterday because it's going down, buy. And I was buying kind of everything. I was buying Swissborg, bought about a good £100 of Swissborg, about another £100 of Bitcoin. I didn't buy any Ethereum because that just hasn't dropped enough for me. Even though that was at 3,000, it came down to about 1,700. It's now back up to about 1,900. I bought in around about 1,100 there. So I know I'm all in profit. I don't need to buy any more of that one at the moment. I bought some BNB, I bought some Utrust, and anything else on the Swissborg app? Nothing else on the Swissborg app. Bought some on the Crypto.com app. I bought some more CRO, because that dropped to around about 9 pence a coin. So I was like, I'll sell some Matic, some Polygon Matic, and buy some Crow, and again, Polygon Matic has gone back up. Crow is still around only about 10 pence. So yeah, just lesson to myself as well as everyone: just don't ever sell when it's being that obviously dumped on by everyone. So the reports out today are it was definitely some sort of manipulation, some sort of market FUD, some way that at one point they said within 24 hours, $700 billion worth of value had been taken out of the market, and 400 billion had been pumped back in the space of 1 hour. The apps were crashing. The Swissborg ran out of currency at one point. I was trying to buy some more Swissborg with USDc, and it kept on coming up with a warning thing saying, we can't do this because we've run out of something. The smart application ran out and wasn't able to do anything. Crypto.com just wasn't letting you it wasn't letting you do any trades because it's got a timer on it. It's like 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. So you type in your password and it would just be like spiral circle of death going, come on, do the trade. And I managed to get a couple trades in at the peak moment, but I had to do it about 50 times on the app. I had to swap from my phone, which is Android, to my iPad, because for some reason they work crap. On one it'll work better, on the other some different bits inside the software. On the Coinbase app, that one just would that even let me log in? Coinbase also, so all the apps effectively just like had a meltdown because everyone was buying, everyone was trading, everyone was putting in orders and all that kind of stuff. Fortunately, I had a few ridiculous orders I had already on the Coinbase Pro app. So even when it was around about £45,000, I had about a £20 order in the order book on Coinbase Pro for something around about £22,000. I don't know, in fact. So today is rising back up to £29,700 at the moment, and I had an automatic fill yesterday at 22,000. Yes, I think I bought £20, 0.001 of a Bitcoin for £20. Cost me 12 pence. Maybe it wasn't even £20, maybe it was £1, maybe it was 12 pence, I don't know. But that was automatic, so that was a buy-in there. And my previous buy-in was 7 days ago at 34,000, so £12,000 drop in 7 days. In terms of the actual value of Bitcoin just in there. The highest one, I did just 2 months ago, I bought 0.0015 at 41,796. Oh, that cost me 33 pence. And that was 2 months ago, and it's so from 41,000 down to 22,000. In the case of, yeah, granted that was 2 months apart, but at the same time, 1 month ago it was 41,000, 28 days ago 37,000, 16 days ago 38, 15 days ago 39, 7 days ago 34, and then boom, yesterday, absolute hammering it got. So I would obviously always have some stupid bids, so you know, some stupidly low things. So look at where the current market is and put in maybe a 10, 15, 20, 30, 50 pound order in at something which is like 30% below the current market rate, or 50%, something ridiculous. Because if you're not able to log in and do an active trade, at least you're on the order books, and it will fulfill your order books when you're not there or not able to log in. If there's a crash like that, again, I don't think there's going to be a crash like that again for a long time, or at least probably not this year. But that was just such a shocker yesterday. And if you look at the actual chart, just straight down, and it's coming back up, looking pretty good today. But yeah, it was a scary day for me. Not so scary because I've been in the market for quite a long time, and when I say not so scary, it's terrifying. No doubt, it is absolutely terrifying. But I know, even though I'd lost at one point, all you can do is laugh. At one point, I'd lost more than a whole year's worth of salary in 24 hours. I was standing in Tesco's, getting my Tesco's meal deal, my £3 Tesco meal deal, and I just burst out laughing. I was like, I've lost so much money. Woohoo! £3 meal deal. It was exhilarating. Just like, I needed a beer so much last night, but there's no beer in the house, so just the half an aspirin in some orange juice is what I needed to help me get to sleep last night. But my goodness, it was a shocker. But because I got some trades in, I managed to buy some Swissborg at what did I get? I got some Swissborg at what I thought was a great price. It was like, went down to like 44 pence. I was like, score. After that, earlier last week, it went up to £1.18. So going down below 50 pence, I'm like, buy, because that can easily 3x in a month. No props. Swissborg is a currency and an app which I believe in, and that's all I was ever putting my money in during that drop, is the currencies which I believe in and I know which are going to be around long term are the ones I put my money in. So BNB, Swissborg, that's the Crow for the crypto.com, and Bitcoin. No Ethereum, just because I'm already so much in profit there. But yeah, I was just laughing at one point, just going, I've lost more than a whole year's worth of salary in one day. But for me, that's not me in debt. I haven't lost two things. One, I'm still in profit in terms of how much money I've ever invested, how high it's gone up. It coming down 50% for me isn't bad, because on my app it still says you have still made £1,000. Yeah, I've got like 20,000, or at one point I had £33,000 in the account, and it went down to £18,000. I was like, that was just on one of these apps. I was just on the Swissborg app, once you add on all the other ones as well, how much that all crashed, it came up to a frightening amount. But for me, I'm still generally in profit. The amount of money I've taken out of my savings account over the years to put into cryptocurrency, how much that's gone up, has gone up 3 times. I've put in 10,000, it's gone up to 30,000. It drops by 50% down to 15,000. I'm still £5,000 in profit. So for me, I'm you could say I'm one of the lucky ones. I've survived that without going into debt. But however, a lot of people will have come into the cryptocurrency market in the last 3 months or so, and that will be them kind of going, I've invested £5,000, I now only have £2,000 now. I've just wasted money. So that's where long term is always a good strategy to look for. And the other one for me is, I didn't lose anything. So my trading is basic. Put in orders, put in orders to buy, put in orders to sell, walk away, wait until it happens. I don't put any stop losses, because I don't trade in huge, my trading is like £15, £20, maybe a £50 order somewhere in the order book, rather than £1,000 here or £1,000 there. So and I still had money in the US dollar account for me to invest back into other cryptocurrencies, rather than having to take out my actual savings account. So my savings account is like safe. I'm not using that. I've still got enough there to cover the rent for the next 6 months. If there's a boiler gone, that's all sorted. This is all my play money here. But then this morning, literally woke up, saw that the Swissborg had gone from about 49 pence up to 60 pence. In fact, where is it just now? 69 pence. I'm literally, that £15 I put in is now about £19. It's the little things that rock. So like, yes, got it going on there. So yeah, I know in some ways I will be making money for this. Generally for myself, it's long term. I'm not planning on taking anything. Oh yes, that was the other point I was saying, is that I haven't lost any money because I haven't sold anything. So because I didn't put any stop losses in or anything like that, nothing got sold, nothing got automated to sell whenever I wasn't paying attention or being on top of the market. So all my account, it went from here down to here, it's bouncing back up, it'll just carry around. I haven't lost, sold, moved anything at all there. And that's something which I think we're having some like stop losses in, or using leverage on trades as well, is incredibly risky, and only something to do if you have insider knowledge, I would say. if you don't have insider knowledge, just put in £15 here, £15 there, do that. And because all of my stuff is, I'm planning long term to just keep on accumulating everything that I've got here. The plan is to not sell until I have to. And I don't have to because I have my original savings kept safe. So always have savings, only invest what you, again, I say I can afford to lose. I don't want to lose £30,000. I don't want to lose £15,000 of that. But if I lost that, I'm not going to be unable to pay the rent or the mortgage or the car or anything like that. So big tip for anybody getting into cryptocurrency, only play with the money which you don't need, which is doing nothing for you, which if you lose your job, you won't be struggling to pay the rent or the mortgage for the next 6, 8 months, maybe a year kind of time scale. So always have that as you don't touch. And then the rest, it can be stuff which you can play with. You can put it onto gambling 365 or whatever, like bet 365, and do some gambling if you want. If you lose it, doesn't matter because you didn't need it. You're effectively just giving someone else. But with Bitcoin, and certainly with the May the 19th, that was astonishing. And I think a lot of people will have lost a lot of money because they will have been doing the more advanced trading, the more putting in stop losses, using leverage, all that kind of stuff, and their trades will have been automated and will have cashed out as the price just dropped down a lot, and they will have lost buying opportunities and missed it, and being able to log in and actually do stuff there as well, just an absolute nightmare for a lot of people. So always have bids in, stupid bids on your account, super low, super high for selling, super low for buying, 40-50% away from where you currently are. If for some reason something goes ballistic, you're not able to log in, it will automatically do the trades for you. So that's Coinbase Pro app, or the crypto.com exchange is where you can organize all that kind of stuff. Don't play with leverage unless you know what you're doing or you have insider trading, insider knowledge. And generally, if you can, think about this in the long term and think about accumulating more and more of the currency that may be the currency of the future. So Bitcoin could potentially be a lot of people already say it is the digital gold, the store of value for the future. However, yesterday it wasn't technically a store of value whenever you drop 54%. That's gold, it doesn't do that these days. But again, what we think is that with that dropping down, a lot of institutions, you're talking about 400 billion in the space of an hour, money poured back in. You're like, that's what's happened. Is they talk about paper hands and diamond hands. Paper hands, people get nervous, a bit like myself with my smaller accounts, with my Ethereum Classic and my Matic, sold them. And people with diamond hands never sell, and they just ride it all the way through. So I rode it through with Bitcoin, Ethereum, and my Swissborg, and I just bought more throughout that. Little amounts all the way through, because you never know where the actual bottom is. I'm seeing it going up just now. I am preparing for it potentially to dip back down a little bit again. So I've still got about £500 in. £500 in, what have I got? £500? No, £400 in USDc on Swissborg. I've got about £100 in Coinbase. And I've got £100 in crypto.com for me to trade. For small trades, £15, £20, if it drops down a little bit more. If not, that's money I just leave in the account. I just don't touch. What I can do is on crypto.com, I can turn my pounds into true GDP and put that in a flexible staking wallet. In a flexible staking wallet, which will give me 6% interest per year if you keep it in there, and that's flexible, so you can take that out at any point, which is quite cool. And on Swissborg, on USDc, I can get yield on that as well, which currently today is 16%. However, my account is that, so about 8% yield on if I convert any of my pounds into US dollars in there. So just keeping it there, great move to let it gain interest for you while you're not using it. And just keeping that there in the back burner for whenever there is a massive dump, crash, manipulated FUD all over the place. Yesterday was a learning lesson for everyone, even for people that have been in the market for a while, not to get scared, to always have funds at the side, and don't risk money which you can't afford to lose. That was amazing. This morning I kind of woke up to maniacal laughing. This morning I was like, my £15 of Swissborg at 49 pence is now £19. Oh, I'm so rich. My £15 is now 19. Woohoo! Maybe going even higher just now. So yeah, that's for me. It's little wins is what you need to focus on when the big loses are monumental like that, historical. But what I can say is everybody that survived the 2021 19th of May crypto manipulated FUD dump, well done. You are a hero. You are now an experienced crypto hodler, or even an experienced crypto trader if you did any trading during that. Well done. You know how mental this market is, and you can be the voice of wisdom to anybody that in the next year looks at you and goes, how did you buy Bitcoin? You go, I can tell you about Bitcoin. I can tell you back in the days, back in 2021, the days where we dropped 52% in a day, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, wow, you're so knowledgeable. You're so wise. Yeah. We survived that. We've got battle. That was a battle scar that all of us have now got from yesterday. And scars are cool. Great way to learn. You learn from your scars, but yeah. So tip, small bids. Always have currency in reserve. Never go into your savings. And 3, always have beer in your house for when it's days like that and you really need a beer at the end of the day. Yeah. So well done, everyone. If you survived yesterday and you didn't lose hundreds of pounds, thousands of pounds, tens of thousands, millions of pounds or dollars, well done. We survived. We're all blood brothers of cryptocurrency after yesterday. Whew, let's hope it rallies back up again, and we can all have a little bit of relaxing time after this. So yeah, well done everyone. Well done.